Negroes, Native American, and Hispanic know who they are according to the Bible, which is Yasharallah, also known as Israel. Alright? Also come to let you know that the Most High is still about to destroy this place you call America, man.
That's right.
With thermonuclear destruction and what you would call World War III.
That's right.
Alright, so I'm gonna go and let the brother take it. Go ahead, Doc.
Right. We being out here on these streets, we come into contact with a lot of cops, and even in their everyday lives. So we got to prepare ourselves for when we interact with these cops. It's gonna happen, especially if you're an Israelite in this society.
Start over.
Let me get a Surat. Let me get Surat 37. These cops are always trying to look for an angle when it comes to our people to destroy us, put us in jail, unless you have the Lord with you. And you have to know these scriptures so you can navigate yourself around these cops and the law enforcement, so you won't get killed out there in the streets. Like the regular jakes, man. They're not the truth. Got
Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 7. Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that consoleth for himself. Counselor?
Yeah, counselor.
Yeah, counselor for himself. Beware of a counselor, and know before what he hath, for he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee, and say unto thee, thy way is good, and afterwards he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee.
Right. With these cops, they have conversations with you, trying to get information out of you, so they can trap you up and put you in jail. So, you know, when you're around cops, you're dealing with cops, you gotta be circumspect. You gotta, you know, be careful what you say, because they can kind of trap you up, put you in jail for 50 years. America's the place that like to put people in jail for a long time for minor offenses.
That's America's #1 in
Locking people up, yeah.
Locking their own citizens up. Yep.
Good
They even surpassed China, which got the highest population on the earth. They surpassed China by far.
Right. All the way to 10.
It says, Ecclesiasticus 37 and 10. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee.
Right, and that's the cops, man. That's the cops. Consult not with them. If you can, avoid them. Go ahead,
Sirach chapter 13, verse 4. Brethren, not thyself above thy power. Burden not thyself above thy power, while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. Woo! For how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together?
Right. These cops are mightier and what? Mightier and what?
And richer.
Mightier and richer than thyself. They got more power. They got access to laws. They can lie on you. They get away with it. They can incriminate you falsely, and they get away with it, man. They do it all the time. They get away with it all the time. They go and kill Jake or put Jake in jail, and they'll find out later that he didn't do the crime.
Right. Through DNA evidence.
Right. So they all mightier than you, man. You can't try to go against the cop. You gotta play both. You gotta know when to be bold and when to fall back until the Lord comes. You know, you might get that power that you could go after him, but you gotta humble down right now.
For how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together? For if one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. The rich man had done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear, and he will not be sorry for it. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats, until he have drawn thee dry thrice, or twice, or thrice. And at the last, he will laugh at thee. He will laugh thee to scorn. Afterwards, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee.
Right. Most of these cops got great joy in putting Jake in prison and trapping you up and getting more accounts on you. And
There's a lot more to that too.
A lot more. All right. And they're also the rich in that scripture too. They're the rich that take advantage of the poor.
Yeah, that sounds like Esau all day, like especially like these Edomites that run these companies, like in the corporate world, or like that own these businesses and they're the managers and stuff. They do that shit. If they see that there's something that's beneficial that they can use from Jake, they'll fill them up with false hopes and then use them up till they ain't no good. And then once they done with them, they discard them. And they laugh and scorn when they come to beg and ask for favors, man. They do that all the time with Jake.
Let's get to the point. It says, verse 11, Sirach 13:11, affect not to be made equal unto him in talk, and believe not his many words. For with much communication will he tempt thee, and smiling upon thee will he get out thy secrets. But cruelly he will lie up thy words, and will not spare to do thee hurt,
right,
and put thee in prison.
Right. It says be not equal with him while I was talking with him. So you gotta not, put yourself on the same level when you're dealing with the law enforcement system. You gotta, humble down and you gotta listen to this commands.
Yeah.
Don't treat him as, as a friend. Treat him as what he is, an authority. You know what I'm saying?
Believe not his many words.
Yeah.
For with much communication will he tempt thee, and smiling upon thee will he get out thy secrets. But cruelly he will lay up thy words, and will not spare to do thee hurt, and put thee in prison. I'll say this real quick. It don't mean to fear their ass. You don't fear them, all right? But you deal with them crafty. You deal with them wise as a serpent. You gotta be like them, all right? Act like them. You don't act proud like them, but use your head when you're dealing with them, because they're gonna get you to talk. So you get them to talk, ask them what you do wrong, you be calm. Because Esau, if I can say this, Esau like to provoke you. That's their shit. They provoke you, and then when you flare up at them, then you wrong. So what you do is you do the same shit. All right, not with the police, but if you're dealing with an everyday Edomite, provoke his ass, And then when he start getting rowdy, then you talk to his white friends, you look at it, you act like you the victim, and then he'll back the fuck off. All right, but that's how you got to deal with them. The police, you just got to just get the fuck away from their ass, man. I got more on that.
Right. Like the scripture said, you got to be harmless as a dove, and what it say, harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent.
Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
That's right.
Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Right. That's right, dealing with these cops.
And that word wolves right there, it means rapacious, which means like predatory, greedy, malignant person. Meaning it's a person that's seeking out to do, they prey upon you, these cops, these heathens, 2/3 of Jake, they like predators, man. And as you know, brothers that's in the truth, that's disciplined, following the teachings of Yahawashi, we gotta be like serpents, man. You gotta be smart or crafty like a serpent, but yet harmless as a dove, meaning you still retain your innocence.
That's right.
You know, but you gotta be smart, like the brother said.
Be calm, man. Be calm.
Flip that shit on Esau, cause he be doing that shit when he's the when the brother was talking about, he be the one that be doing all this evil, and when you call him out on it, he wanna play the victim. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to flip it on him, man. You know?
I got more too. You done with that?
Yeah, I'm done.
This Sirach chapter 13, verse 13. Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing. When thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep. Love the Lord all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation.
Right. When you hear what we're doing right now, we're prophesying to you right now. When you hear this, awake from your sleep. Get wise. Listen to the scriptures. And when you come to confrontation with the cops, you use them. I've been in scuffles with the cops several times, and these scriptures got me out every time. If I didn't have these scriptures, I'll probably be in jail right now. The scriptures saved me many times. You else got something?
This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is.
The will of the Lord is these scriptures. I'm telling you right now.
This is Matthew 5 and 25. It says, agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him.
Right. Agree with thine adversary quickly, while you are down in the way with him. That's worked for me several times. I could have got some serious trouble, man. But the cops let me go several times because I did it exactly what he said. The time be like, I'll just let you go. Just quickly, man. As soon as you tell me something, and then argue with him just quickly so you get out my way. Let me go several times, several different cops. Listen to the scriptures.
Right. And a lot of them jakes that recently been getting put to death by the cops, they don't agree with the cops. When the cops come up and they want to get emotional, they want to start talking back to them like they ready to go at them, then what happened? They either get choked out, put to death, like for Eric Garner. All he had to do was agree. If he was innocent in that particular if he was innocent in that particular thing they were accusing him of, then they would have let him go. But he got emotional. Right. And then whenever they was like, okay, well, put your hands behind your back, he said, get off me. Which the cops are naturally on the defense anyway, because you gotta understand, you gotta see it from their point of view. Anybody can be a potential threat. Until they find out that the person is not a threat, they're gonna look at them as a threat. So by you agreeing, that helps to lower the tension and to lower them from being aggressive towards you. So you don't get put to death, because now they out here, a lot of these jakes, man, they wild and they don't know how to just control themselves and just listen and talk and talk like they got some sense, man. That dude, what's that dude? That Grant guy out there.
Oscar Grant.
Oscar Grant. I watched the movie about it, and you see the incident. All he had to do was agree with the cops. He called the cops a bitch ass nigga, and then what happened? It just escalated. All he had to do was just be quiet, man. Be cool. Freddie Gray. Look at all these incidents with Jake getting killed by these cops. They didn't know how to agree with the adversary. They got emotional. What they got to? Dead. So you need to, like the Lord said, knowing the will of the Lord said, agree with your adversary. Why you in the way with him?
It's Iraq.
Hold on. Yeah, that's for right now. For right now, while we're in this slavery and bondage,
Right.
agree with your adversary quickly. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting on that time so we can get at him. But right now, go ahead.
Sirach chapter 20, verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue because he had not to answer, and some keep his silence, knowing his time. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time. He that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated.
And that's why them cops be beating Jake down, man, or just slaying their ass, because they started to act like they better than them. It's like, dude, like, number one, cop, they got a gun, right? They got tasers. They actually
They got the law on their side.
yeah, they above the law, man.
Yeah, right.
You know, because that's a fraternity, man. You know, so they're gonna protect their brotherhood.
Right.
You know, so if you acting like you that's the stuff, they gonna beat your ass down, man. You know, and we just telling you through experience. I never got beaten down by the cops, but I have dealt with cops many of times, and I applied the scriptures, and every time I got out of it, man. The Lord didn't allow them to touch me or to put me in custody or even do any harm to me. And they was coming with that type of that spirit. Because like you said, people use too many words or try to assert some type of authority, they become hated, man. That's what Jake be doing, and that's what happened to them. They get put to death. The Lord use Esau to put their ass to death because they wasn't in the right spirit.
Another precept for you.
A lot of them cops be in the Illuminati too, man.
Right.
A lot of them, man. Yeah.
Masons.
Yeah.
We got the precept. Psalms chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by law? They gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous, and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Lord our God shall cut them off.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about the cops when you come to confrontation with them. Just relax and let the Lord take care of it sometimes. Every time, just let the Lord take care of it. When you're dealing with the cops, we just pray to the Lord. We don't got to worry about it nothing.
Got the other precept.
Yeah.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemies.
That's right.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right, and your enemy is these cops, man. It's all of America, man, and those that keep America's system together, man. We was brought over here as slaves. So from the beginning, the foundation was built against you. This whole system is against you. So never trust thine enemy. Anyone who upholds this system and keeps everything in force.
Right.
Though he humble himself and go crouching,
like we said earlier, though we set traps for you and try to be as like your friend, try to get you to tell him information so he can trap you up and put you to jail. Go ahead.
yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be to him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Yo.
Back up, man.
Yo, what's
Back
good
up a little
with you,
bit.
man?
Back up.
So we talking
You to back your
Bible or
ass
no?
up.
Yeah, but you like real close to me. Could you back up, please? Thanks, man. It says, and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know his rust had not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, not to let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
And again, stand not by it. The Lord constantly talks about dividing yourself from it. Separate, because they constantly trying to look to get you trapped up, man. Your enemies, man. Constantly. They can pretend all they want, and they're great at deceiving and pretending to be a friend. But as soon as you slip, they got you.
Right. There's no benefit in you trusting them.
Yeah.
Where's the benefit? Always look for the benefit. You trusting your enemy, I mean, just in the very sentence of saying that doesn't even make sense. How would you trust your enemy, man? First of all, you both have established yourself as enemies, foes. One is trying to conquer the other one, man. But that's the problem with Jake. Jake don't understand who his enemy is. That's the worst state to be in. You don't know who your enemy is. Worst state. And that's Jake all day. Jake is everybody who is really their enemy is their friends. And their brothers, that's the enemies right there. Straight backwards.
They treat their brothers,
Exactly. You got it out. Sorry.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
That's heavy, man. He will not be satisfied with blood. Extreme hatred for you, man. That's extreme hate, man.
If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
He's waiting, man. This dude is amped. He waiting to get you, man. This brings him delight, man. This brings Esau delight, man.
That's a real enemy, though, man. He want to be the first to conquer your ass, man.
It always been like that.
Yeah, that's right.
The Amalekites that first attacked us when we came out of Egypt. When you read in Judges, it was the Amalekites always teaming up with these other heathen nations to try and destroy us. You know, who was it? It was an Amalekite that bragged and said he killed Saul.
Yeah.
He got his ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
When we say Amalekites, we mean Esau, man, the so-called white man, man.
Right. It was these Edomites.
So-called Jewish,
And, Obadiah that was eager to help the Chaldeans burn down the temple of God. I can tell you in 1 Ezra chapter 4, that the Edomites burnt down the temple, and they helped them Chaldeans to round up Judah and kill them. Red people. Red people are criminals.
That's right, red people.
I'm gonna go back. Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. The Lord had done that which he devised. He had fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He had thrown down, he had not pitied, and he had ceased.
Right. What you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans gotta understand, like you've been saying, these nations hate you, man. They hate you, man. They can't wait to see you your downfall, man. You can see it, but we as men of the Lord can see it every day, man.
He said, this is our day. This is the day we look for.
Every time we walk down the street, right? Like the brother said, this is the day we look for. But if you're a man of the Lord, you're in this truth, man. Man, I'll praise YAHAWASHI for letting us see this truth. But you can walk, your eyes get
Great
open,
job,
and you can walk
Buster.
down the street and look at these heathens, how they look at you,
Right.
and they sneer and they
hiss.
eyes roll their eyes at you, and you just walking down the street. You can see it, man. You can see they hate you, man.
What did it say at the beginning? It said, "This is this the people? Is this the kingdom?"
All that pass by clap their hands, they wag their head at the door of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this the city that
Right.
men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?"
Right.
Yeah, but you got that. I'm sorry.
Man, you guys are too docile, man.
Right.
You guys are too docile, man. You gotta know these people hate you, man. You gotta have defenses, and you gotta have a dislike for them back, man. So you can navigate yourself away from them, man, and protect yourself.
Right.
But you have something to say?
It
Say
says-
something else?
Yeah, just like, basically when they see, that's why nobody really likes to sit down, like just to sit here and just listen to us and show us respect that we deserve, just as another human being, because they like, whatever these niggas is talking about, it can't be nothing of substance because they just niggas, man. Is this
Young
this
niggas at that.
young niggas at that? Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, they niggas, they ain't got money. They ain't been around the earth like I have, and I come from a family of wealth and this and that and this and that. So they look at us like they don't know shit, man. We not gonna learn nothing from them. They got on rags. Where's the 3-piece suit at? You know what I mean? Are they jumping into, $100,000 cars? Like, they don't have shit, man. But this is the people you trying to convince me is Yahawah's people called Israel. It can't be them. That's the last people that will be considered the Most High's people, man. That's why they ask you, oh, you said you're a Jew. How can you be a Jew? You're black.
Yeah.
You hear that a lot, man. You tell them you an Israelite or you a Jew or whatever, or they may see some, items on here that supposed to, represent, Israel or whatever. Oh, how could you be? You're black. Meaning you can't be anything but, a nigga, man, or worthless.
How dare this nigga thinks he's something?
Yeah, how dare,
How dare he? Yeah.
How dare this nigga claim to be something royal?
Yep. Right. Like it's saying that.
Yeah.
Like in that movie, Django, man.
I was just about to bring that up too, man. Damn.
Django came on a horse to the house, to Candyland. He stepped in psalms, stepped in face. How dare this nigga think he's something? How dare this nigga, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Even that red man, he was like that too. He was like, he gotta walk like the rest of them.
Right.
So that horse,
Right. Yup.
they didn't like that. They still be like that today. Like if you work jobs like landscaping, I did landscaping about for a year. They don't like to see Jake on ride a lawnmower. They like to see him with a weed eater or an edger out there doing all that walking, wearing
Right.
holes in their shoes.
They don't like you sitting on top of.
They don't like you sitting on something.
That's some bullshit, man.
And then once you get on it, crazy. Like, cause like if you're real good at it, you learn how to like cut it where you can put the designs in it and shit, like checkers and lines and triangles and squares. They don't like that. They don't like that. Cause then the red people they get outshined. People's their lawns be looking real nice. So they don't like Jake getting no power seat. So they be questioning like, how does nigga get into this? How is he able to do this? He doesn't belong there. He belongs walking on the ground. I don't know what else was.
I mean, even if that do happen, it's only a minute few. You know what I mean? Oh, a few here, maybe a few there. And y'all dominate everything. We can't have shit. We can't have shit, man.
Once you have one person in some type of power like that,
that's true.
That our people can rally around and start getting confidence.
That's true. Yeah.
They're like, nah, we don't want these niggas to feel good about it.
That's right.
Let's bring that person out.
That's right.
Put another person in. That's the Super Tom, and he'll do it whatever he said. Which they did at the one brother brought that out. The London brother, I believe he brought out, yeah, where this Edomite he worked for the government, and he was explaining how they basically took down all these powerful leaders or people that were for their people down in Central and South America. It was actually Jakes in position of president or whatever, and because they didn't want to comply with America, they set them up to get them assassinated or destroy their character and bring them out of there. They set a puppet in them. They doing the same shit like that over there in the Middle East now. You know, because they was with what's his name? Yeah, they was with Sudan. They set his ass up. Yeah, but when he didn't want to do what they wanted him to do, and that's when they made that war against him. Had that pretense, made up some bullshit, and straight destroyed that dude. Country's still at war. You know
Stole them, man.
That's what he said.
That really be the main problem with these heathens, man. They can see clear as day a lot of the time that we're Israel, but it's just they don't want us to have that power, man. They don't want us to be in that power system.
Which makes sense what he was saying, because once one realizes that one is going to tell the other, and the other is going to spread like a wildfire. Like they say, the word of mouth. You know what I mean?
That's why.
And that's how we came into being. You know what I'm saying?
Drums. Was it drums or was it Mandingo? One where you had that one Jake.
Oh, that was Mandingo. That was Roots, right?
Nah, I think it was drums. Where that one Jake, he was teaching them how to read the Bible and stuff.
Nah, it was the one before drums. Mandingo, I guess.
And then they hung.
Yeah, Mandingo.
And he was cursing them out.
Yeah.
And he told that one Jake, I think it was drums. Yeah, it was that scene. They didn't like Jake being rebellious like that, because that's just it can spread.
Yeah.
Nor didn't like them teaching them reading the Bible and teaching it to other slaves.
He was super rebellious too, man.
Right.
To the end, man.
Yeah.
He's probably better than
When you
Lord.
hang me, kiss my ass.
Right. But that was an example.
He's probably better than Lord, man.
He said, I remember that part. He said, hey you, Peckerwood. He said, you was in your own country. You were slaves. And you came over here. And your brothers, you kidnapped us and brought us here too. This just as much as our country as it is yours. And when you hang me, kiss my ass. I said, that nigga, yeah. I remember that whole shit. Yeah, I remember
He went
that
out
whole shit.
like a champ, man.
What he say? He told Drum,
You killed me.
you killed me.
Yeah.
And what was he
Not the
doing?
Peckerwood. You killed
He
me.
was in the spirit, man.
And what was he doing? He was teaching them the scriptures.
I'm gonna teach you how to read.
Right, he was teaching them how to read, and then he was teaching them how to read from the Bible.
Yep.
You know? And they had to put a stop to it.
He was considered a corrupt Negro to them, because he was just like, yo, fuck it. Because he got in trouble before, right? Like he
Yeah,
didn't.
he was known to run.
He was known to run, yeah. He was just like, hey, man, it's just what it is. And you could kind of say that's us out here, man, because we basically put our lives on the line out here, man. Coming out here to try to teach you how to read, man. Through the power of YAHAWASHI, man.
Mentally, we were rebelling all over this place, man.
That's right.
Breaking all kind of laws mentally. Just waiting for the physical manifestation, man. You hold it back physically, we complying physically, but mentally we lose, man. We went into war, we got no enemies to even stand up to us, man. We kicking their ass on every level mentally, man. They don't even come up and debate with us no more. I don't remember a couple years ago when I first came to Truth, it was debates left and right, all type of brother channels. Now it's less now, right? Yeah, man. It's gonna be that way physically too later, man. All wars are first won mentally first. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta hold back physically right now. But you go ahead, dog.
Most are gonna make a full end of all you fucking nations.
That's right.
The scriptures say that. For all you out there, you know what that scripture is out? I have to look for it. It's in Isaiah, Jeremiah 1. You can bring that out real quick. For all you niggas out there saying that the so-called white man gonna be saved, that these other nations gonna be saved, they not. The Most High said he will make a full end of all nations, man. You got that? And he gonna save Jacob. Go ahead, read it out.
Jeremiah 30 and 10
Yep.
through 11. It says, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob,
Yep.
saith the Lord.
Yep.
Neither be dismayed, O Israel,
Yep.
for lo, I will save thee from afar,
Yep.
and thy seed from the land of their captivity.
Yep.
Which is America. And Jacob shall return and shall be at rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
Yep.
For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations,
God do what?
though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee.
These other nations not gonna be saved, man. More than that, it's a little bit more, right?
Yeah, it says, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. I gotta put
That was fun. I have to wake
This
up.
is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 19. It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
That's right.
Lord said he was going to afflict them. He was going to undo all them that afflict us. The red people are guilty of afflicting us. And you other nations, tag team with them. You know, because you think because the red man, he was able to push it beyond any level that these heathens haven't done before towards the Lord's people.
That they not gonna get, that just do along with the red man.
Right. That's why they started to be halted.
Right.
You know, you get these East Indians, these lead-footed East Indians come over here. You got these children of Moabs with the Lego heads. You know, they come over here. They mad proud, them Hamites with them apple
Ham
heads.
stupid ass, yep.
You know, they think because they own a fucking cleaner or one of
Gas
these,
station.
Yeah, gas stations or a liquor store, and they making money. These Ishmaelites too, right? And they walk with their nose up towards Jake, man. Y'all gonna get your shit pushed in too, man. When all this, when this hell break loose, man, y'all mark too. But Esau gonna get it double fold, cause he the one that gassed these nations up, man. They in the ancient world they knew better not to be messing with Jake like that, man. The Lord showed himself amongst them how great our power was. That's just a preview for the kingdom.
What, getting punched in the face?
No, these Edomites. Edomite woman.
She's like one of them simp-ass guys that go fight for her, man.
They too pussy, man.
She can't. White boy ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, white boy ain't gonna do nothing. When she said a black guy, it was it.
A black guy and a bitch.
Should have said it was a gook.
But anyways.
No, get this on video. I did nothing wrong.
Nah. We ain't out here
Get
for
it on
you.
video. No, you can't.
We're not concerned with what happened with you.
We don't care about that shit, man.
It's fine. It's okay.
It's all good.
Y'all just take that up the street.
Yeah, but anyways, look, man. These other nations, yo, you saw they women and shit, they gonna be ours, man. They daughters, they gonna be bringing them to us for tribute, man.
And they better have the PT.
And they gonna be nice. Huh? What you say?
They better have the PT. Probably.
Oh, the PT. You gotta have the PT, man.
Yo, they gonna be bringing us tribute. They gonna bring us out their daughters.
How they gonna be PT?
We gonna get the best of their women.
Right.
Alright?
They gonna be PT.
They gonna have to bring all of that shit to us. You know why? Because they gonna be in the situation that we in. You see us?
That's right.
Our women love the other nations, man.
Right.
They get the first picks of the litter when they come to our women.
Right.
So-called black women, Hispanic women,
Native women.
Negro women, Native women.
Our woman,
All right.
man. Our woman got a power where they can morph into kind of a good woman. They see them around, man.
They love, hey, so you know what? In that kingdom, we gonna get their women, man. And we gonna get the best ones. We ain't gonna get the fat one. No, the fat one, you gonna work in the field. We want the little nice petite one. We want the one with the nice attitude.
How they gonna be fat anyway? They gonna be doing so much fucking work.
Yeah. We're gonna have them in the field picking cotton. All right. And when
trying to get fat,
and when we're gonna have our police whoop their ass. It's gonna be reversed. I'm gonna read the scripture real quick. Oh.
What scripture are you reading? I want to know.
Yeah, you're gonna have something like that, man.
Huh?
I want to know.
Stuff like that.
What are you reading?
I'm reading the book of Lamentations, chapter 1, verse 21.
Proper thickness.
They have heard that I sighed. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me.
Right.
Them other nations, they're going to be like us.
So do you know who's the author of that book?
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Beautiful. I like him.
Okay.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Lamentations, that's good.
Right.
Keep doing what y'all doing.
All right. I ain't gonna say nothing. Wait. Fuck that. Anyways,
Alright.
they women gonna
Alright.
they women gonna be ours, man.
Later.
All right. The way you know how
Most guys bring manifestations and shit when we talk about shit.
you know how women be proud of shit. You know how women be proud of shit.
Yeah.
They women gonna be proud against them.
Right.
You know how women perm their hair and shit, try to get their hair straight. They women gonna be perming their hair, trying to get that shit. Yeah, that curl. Try to get that curl. You know how women be bleaching their skin, trying to get white like them. They gonna be doing some shit, whatever they can do to their skin to get some type of pigmentation. Like all the shit that we do, the fucked up shit, they gonna do the same things, man. They gonna be like it to us, man. In this dirty ass state that we in, man.
And this says it's gonna be double, man. So they really gonna be hard on that shit, man.
Like these Edomites, man, like
Right.
slaves, the Edomite slaves, but they gonna get women that look like Rodo or Golem off of Golem, you know, with the few strands of hair like the black woman look now. I done see some, like, they've been wearing them weaves forever.
You said Goro?
Golem.
Oh, go.
Yeah, creature that was like my ring. Yeah. The dude had like all his hair was missing, teeth was all fucked up. He looked abnormal. That's what Esau
Yeah,
was doing.
decrepit.
You know, they ain't gonna get no nice looking woman. They ain't gonna get nothing that look good. They gonna get that sloppy Jabba the Hutt looking women. That thing off the Goonies with the peanut head.
The attitude, man.
Yeah, they gonna get
most
stuff
of all, most of us, you see how these white women acting, they got nice attitudes and shit. They ain't gonna get that shit in the kingdom, man. You see that? Look at that shit, man. Her ass cheek ain't hanging out and it's sloppy and shit. Nah, it ain't like that. They gonna get the shit that our women do. And most of all, slop. And most of all, they gonna get that nasty fucking attitude, cause that's the worst shit of all, man.
Right.
That's the worst shit of all. Body, you can improve the body.
No, they
But-
gonna be able to.
I'm just saying like with our women, we could try to get them to exercise it, but that attitude, that shit, you ain't fixing the attitude. They gonna get that attitude, man.
Yo, and you know how like juiced up the red woman is now, you know, cause she know that her red man that she can control, cause they're like hyenas.
Yeah.
Right.
Hyenas, the female hyena runs it. You know?
Yeah,
so
some
basically
matriarch.
these red women, these Caucasian women, they run their counterpart, you know? And he's on top right now. So when his ass gets slapped on the bottom, they gonna hate his ass with an extreme passion, because now they ain't gonna be lifted up like they are now as the epitome of
They ain't gonna
beauty.
be coveted.
They gonna be despised to the max. And you know what? They gonna be like, how's this possible? You know, all these years we believed that we were better than these people. Now they ruling over us.
Oh, you
ain't shit, man.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5,
Get
boy.
that in, was it Isaiah 14 when they said that like people ain't even gonna remember these songs like that.
Right.
In his glory, man.
Oh, that's Isaiah, was it 30?
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 5, man.
If I can say this right quick, I had a
Is this the man?
I had an Edomite woman tell me that when it comes to black men, when it comes to black men in relationships, they in charge. Like they know when they come up to their woman, they trying to be in charge. But when it comes to white men, they already know from the beginning. She don't even have to, like, when she date black men, she gotta try to mold them and try to be over them. But when it comes to the white man, they automatically know she in charge. They automatically know if they want to, get her box, they gotta submit. They already know from the beginning. But black man, she said she gotta kind of mold them and try to get them to submit to her. Yeah.
Because Jake, we like lions. Lions, the male is the dominant.
I don't know, bro. I can't agree with you on that one, dog.
Well, it depends on which tribe you're dealing with, because certain tribes compare to lions like Judah, Gad.
I don't know. These niggas nowadays, man.
They watered down.
I agree with you for brothers in the truth, but these new niggas, man. Maybe the old time Judah one's like 69.
The one's just older right now.
Yeah, the older Judites, yeah.
They don't tolerate that shit.
But these young Judites, 20-year-olds and shit,
They
even
corrupt.
30s, even like our age, them motherfuckers is some pussies, man. They want me to be telling them what to do and shit. Telling them, you know what I mean?
Remember the nigga that was crying, man?
Huh?
Remember the nigga that was crying on camera? You know what I'm talking about?
Niggas be
He was
crying
in
and
Indian
shit.
style. Like, hey man, hey dog. Oh, I gotta get there, man. We gotta start putting
We
that in here, man.
We gotta get first extras on that shit, man. You remember that? He said what was the one that ruled over men? One man said wine. He was like, nah, it's women. That's that shit, yeah.
Jake, it's mainly Judah. And then Judah influenced the rest of the tribes. And the Latin tribes, you heavy into that fucking vagina worshiping shit too. You let your woman control it too.
What
The
kingdom was that,
Hispanics
dog?
one?
What kingdom was that?
Jezebel?
When they went on that they was talking.
This was
Artaxerxes
and
Persian.
Darius.
Yeah, Darius.
Yeah, Darius was getting basically controlled by his woman. Because he gave an account
You
about
talking about in Ezra?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
First Ezra.
Yeah, I can bring it up.
They was talking about the concubine slapped the fuck out of him or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to please her, get her back. In the kingdom, that shit ain't gonna be like that, man. I don't even, I know Esau gonna be using a lot of things, but I don't think no one will be trying to Jacob like that.
Not us, nah. They gonna be in their right frame of mind. It's gonna be a beautiful day, man.
You want me to get it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go straight to the point. This is First Ezra, chapter 4, verse 13. Then the third, who had spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, begun to speak. O ye men, is it not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is then that ruleth them, or have the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh.
Who was that? Who said that?
Zerubbabel.
See, Zerubbabel was under the impression that he kind of thought he was talking about the Israelite man. Like, yeah, kind of like how you were just saying. You think about a natural Israelite, like an Israelite that's in his right state, rather than these, Israelites, but they really Gentile state of mind.
Oh, you talking about Jake today? I was
Jake today. Oh, you talking about, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but mostly those tribes, they were more like, they had an animalistic, really women drawn to masculinity and that brute animalistic type demeanor, man. Now that fucking smiling, all that damn singing to women, it should be the opposite. The woman should be singing to you. She should be smiling, trying to please you, trying to get at you, not the other way around. Jake out here breaking their necks for these damn women. These women got like 8 other niggas that do the same shit, man. And they playing each one of them like a damn note on a damn instrument, knowing what to do, get this from this person, that person, because she already conquered. And that's why she hopped on to the next person. Women like having a challenge. Once you get conquered, it's over, man. She moving to the next.
That's right.
That's just how it is. It says,
And we got 10 minutes for the training.
Why you gonna pick her up?
these also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men. And without women can man be.
Yep.
Yea, if a man have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely and favor and beauty?
Yep. That's pan the camera around out. You look at all these men out here, all these cars. You might see a Benz pop up or a Porsche pop up. Look at all these men out here. You know why they out here? They ain't out here because they want to be seen. They out here because these women out here. They're trying to get to the women. You know the clubs downtown, here, they're going to be like, yo, all women are free till 12 o'clock, or women are get free drinks. You know how they do that? Because that brings the men. That brings the money. The women don't be having no, they ain't trying to spend no money. They want that dude to come in and buy that drink for them. You know how that dude gonna buy that drink? Because it's a woman. He ain't finna buy nothing. He ain't finna buy, he won't even buy his friend a drink. But he gonna spend it on them women.
And he'll hold out.
He'll hold out on his homeboy. His homeboy sitting there want a drink. He ain't gonna buy for his homeboy. He gonna buy for that woman though. So that's how you know women run this shit right now, man. It ain't supposed to be so, but it's so. And especially among the heathens, man. If I could go into a quick fact, among the Egyptians, the women ran the household, man. Whatever the woman said went in Egypt.
That's how it is today. The Egyptian is today. That's the Kemet niggas.
That's why them Kemet dudes are like that. That's why they saying the woman is God.
Well, they worship the old, they worship the vagina, man. Like that nigga stunned right there, he trying to seek out and get him some vagina, man. The old manipulation, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is. These women use their vagina to manipulate these niggas. These niggas fall prey to it. They don't know how to, they don't have no backbone.
When them niggas said a woman can get pregnant by herself, I knew they was gone, man.
No, the woman,
they
polite
worship the
woman
woman,
said
man.
that.
Yeah, oh, she said that?
Yeah, basically the gland that produces
the Bofling gland or some bullshit.
Yeah, Bofling gland, which produce basically
Why she ain't pregnant by herself then?
the mucus that basically give her vagina natural lubrication so it ain't irritable whenever she having sex when the guy's thrusting her. She try to say that's semen.
That's as bad as evolution, man.
They on that shit too. You know, they all on that madness.
But if we did say such thing as a virgin birth, if we did say that, we don't say that. But if we did, they'd be looking at us like we fucking crazy. But they saying the dumbest shit ever. But back to the point. These other nations, they women always ran the shit, man. That's how the other nations are, man. And we fell victim to that shit. And now we here in America, and like the scripture says, it's either Isaiah or Jeremiah, said our women lead us astray, man. Alright, yeah, Isaiah 3 or some shit like that. Go ahead, Al.
It says, verse 19, it says, and letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold, or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his father, his own father, that brought him up in his own country, and cleave unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife.
Right.
Remember neither father, nor mother, nor country.
He forget everything for them women, man. And that's how men are. You see, you wonder why niggas selling dope? Why niggas selling dope? Why niggas selling drugs, man? Huh? Yeah. Why niggas selling drugs, man? They're selling drugs for these fucking women, man. So that they can have money to impress the women. Why you think a lot of times, dude, people get murdered and shit? A lot of times the shit be over women, man.
It's always over.
Fights and shit, most of the time it's over women. Everything that Jake does is over a woman, man. It's for a woman. That's all Jake think about is bitches, man.
Yeah.
Where the hoes at? Where the hoes at, my nigga? Where the hoes at?
Yeah.
That's all they think about, man. Everything is for these women.
But, that's why I like that's why I like that story, Samson, Delilah. That pretty much sums up, you know, why we in our position right now.
Well, he should never have spoken on either woman like that. That was his downfall.
Yeah.
Because he really actually believed she loved him, man. She didn't.
Yeah.
She was playing his ass. She loved money. These heathens, they love money. You know, everything they do, they worship money, man. You know, they'll only fuck with Jake if they got money or got things that can lead to money. That's why you see a heathen woman, a nice looking heathen woman, or so-so heathen looking woman deal with these Jake athletes or these Jake entrepreneurs or businessmen. They ain't fucking with no low-level Jake that's making basic money, you know?
I text her.
Not publicly, you know what I'm saying? Because they like money. Why you think Esau getting all this play? This man, the red man ain't into no vagina, man. He into that anus. Any anus. Animal, child, man, woman, synthetic, whatever. He want back end. He ain't really into these women like that, man. But why do women mess with him? Because he have money.
Power, man.
And he got the power.
It's the ball, power.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With Samson, man, like, Samson was pretty much invincible. He was invincible, man. But the woman brought him down. The woman, yeah. Lost all his power, man. He was pretty much invincible. Yeah.
It says, verse 22. It says, by this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil, and give and bring all to the woman? Yea, a man taketh his sword, and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sell upon the sea and upon the rivers. Right? Can I speak on that? Basically, that's like you got a lot of these simple-minded jakes, they join the military, man. Who that be for? It's for they fucking woman. You niggas that join the military, you simple, man. Y'all retarded. Especially these Latin tribes, man, because they be trying to get that the Dream Act, where they can get temporary citizenship, either if they do a couple tours in the military, or if they if they go to school. And the main reason why they do is because they women want to come to America, man. Like, really, what business do you really have in America, man? You know what I'm saying? In your country, yeah, you might not be economically like up there, but you at least eating a little bit better than you do here in the States, man. You know, you get these jakes, they join the military, they're over there dodging bullets and avoiding getting their shit blown off.
Right.
While a woman is living the life here in America, and if your ass dies, she's taken care of forever by the government.
And while you're over there,
that's right. You know? Or like these simple niggas, they be in the some Scarface, that nigga Tony, well, he's fooling with that dope shit. The guy he was running, he was over him at first, he took his warning, and then she was only dealing with him because he had access to them drugs.
Yeah.
And then whenever he cursed her out at the restaurant, she called him a loser. You know what I'm saying? He robbed, steal, just to get that woman. Then when he got her, she wasn't shit anyway.
What movie you said?
Scarface.
Oh, okay.
Tony.
Yeah.
You know? But it said that a man, he would take up his sword and go his way to rob and steal. You know? These gangsters, they go out there, or these niggas be out here robbing, stick up kids for who? For they woman. To appease they woman. It says, and selleth upon the seas and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have ran out of their wits for women, and have become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. You know? Like he spoke about Samson. You know? You got many accounts in the scriptures going in about men falling because of women.
And why you doing all of that? Why everybody doing all that for the woman? Going to war and going different tours. She at home fucking 8 different dudes, man.
And bent over. You know? Have some other people flower out. And you come home, you think that's your baby. That's if you come home.
Yeah.
And if you do come home, most of the time you jakes are messed up in the head or your body, you got some part of your body blown off. She don't want to really deal with you.
Right.
But that's making it in this society. That's heaven. This is hell, man.
Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword.
Right. Your wife would be a harlot in the city. And what city is that talking about? It's talking about America, man. America, out of all the lands around the world, America upholds order, man. These women out here, look at it, they dress like prostitutes, they look like whores. They act like whores, like the scriptures describe them as.
You can't tell them different from actual, quote unquote, you know, admitting whores. You know what I mean?
Right.
They wear the same shit.
They wear the same shit, they do the same
And
shit.
act the same way, yeah.
Right. You know? and just and the thing is, these dudes actually be believing these women be faithful to them. You really think 4 years, like a tour is what, like 4 years?
4 to 6, yeah.
Yeah, 4 to 6 years, you over in some motherland, fighting, dodging, you know, thinking about this
Shrapnels
woman.
and, yeah.
You think her sex drive just gonna cut off? She gonna put that shit on pause until you come back? No, she gonna get hot. She gonna start becoming wanton. The next thing you know, she gonna be getting bent over, getting plowed out by some nigga.
She ain't gotta worry about you coming and sneaking in on her and shit.
Right.
You halfway across the other side of the globe and shit, man.
But if you do come back,
If you do come back, like you said.
right, which most of them ain't counting for you to come back. She already with the other dude. She's taking care of her life, man. Jake's is simple, man.
They do that too, man.
They do that shit.
They actually try to coerce them to get married before they go in, man.
Right.
Them soldiers to go in, like that happened to my cousin, man.
He
No,
actually think he got it. Oh, I have a good girl at home.
Exactly.
I love her. She's my sweetheart. Meanwhile, she getting bent over.
Military wife.
Yeah, they make TV shows about that, movies about that. Brothers, that movie Brothers, and one guy was it Toby Maguire or whatever his name was.